Good morning. Today's session will include the US dollar Swiss franc and the US dollar Japanese yen. We're going to trade both pairs over a short time frame of 60 seconds and show how Saturn Pro trading in real time can achieve good positive equity. In fact, very good positive equity if traded consistently following the signal. So we're going to start with the US dollar Swiss franc. We're going to choose a 60-second time frame. Make sure the pair is selected and go back to the Saturn Pro terminal. The time right now is 13:37:49. We're looking at the short-term binary signals probabilities and going short on the US dollar Swiss franc for an investment of $25. What you need to look out for is the probabilities, and we're now going to go take a short trade. So going ahead with this, don't worry about charts fluctuating up and down. That is the nature of 60-second trading. They do fluctuate. Wait for the end result, and in this case, we're currently in the money. We'll be switching back and forth between the screen and the trading platform here at Binary International, just to show you the what's going on the charts with Saturn Pro and how trades are panning out as we're taking them in real time. Now, currently, the chart shows a bullish probability of 25% or bearish of 75%. So we have a high probability trade currently in execution, which will basically highlight to you how taking trades as and when indicated by Saturn Pro, you can achieve positive equity over the long term, even if that long term is a few minutes long. So we're obviously seeing a very strongly in the money signal here. That's probably going to expire in the money. Let's quickly switch back to the trading platform and see. We've got a second left and we have expired in the money. We're going to take another trade since both short-term 1 minute and 5 minute probabilities are bearish. We're going to take another $25 trade on the US dollar Swiss franc and go short. First trade, as you can see, has expired at $42.50. We're now currently in the money on this second trade as well. Again, following signals from Saturn Pro, which is indicating bearish probabilities on the M1 and M5 timeframes. As you can see, the Fibonacci retracements are there for you as well, to indicate when supports and resistances are forming. Currently, we are comfortably in the money and have 30 seconds left to trade expiry. We're going to execute a few more on this pair as I go along, and then switch over to the US dollar Japanese yen shortly to trade a few more there as well. So our focus today is the US dollar. We're shorting it on the Swiss franc, and most likely we'll be shorting it on the US dollar Japanese yen as well. So another 10 seconds to expiry. We're going to wait for the end result. We're not going to look at these chart fluctuations, and if this expires out of the money, we will retaliate with a double up on a higher probability trade. So this is expired out of the money. Now let's go over to the charts again shortly. I'm just showing you what the charts are saying. We have high probability bearish momentum here. So what we're going to do is double our investment to $50 and take a short trade on the US dollar Swiss franc, 50, and click buy. Only because this martingale approach is a safer approach than your traditional martingale approaches that are extremely dangerous. Over here, we're only going to take a two-step martingale, which means that if the first trade fails at moderate probability, the second trade at double the investment with much higher probability is going to not only retrieve back our loss from the previous trade, but also allow us to profit on this trade with a higher probability. So just wait for the end outcome, wait for the option to expire, another 30 seconds left, and there's going to be a high probability of this finishing in the money. We're just going to wait for it to expire. We have continuing bearish momentum here on the US dollar Swiss franc. 100% low put option probability, so we're going to probably end up profiting on this move as well. Let's quickly go back to the screen shortly to see what's going on, and we're comfortably in the money again. So we have another 6 seconds to expiry before this trade finishes in the money, giving us an $85 profit on a $50 investment, making the net return $35. Now we've recouped our loss from the previous trade and have also profited a few extra dollars on this trade and are effectively hedged in our current situation. We're now in another $25 invested trade on the 60-second time frame going short. We're going to wait for this to end up in expiry. There's still 40 seconds left, so we don't worry about chart fluctuations until the end outcome. 100% low put option probability going short again. We have 30 seconds left to expiry, and we're going to see how this pans out. Don't worry if the chart is currently against you. That is the nature of 60-second trading. We're going to most likely expire in the money here again. 100% low put option probability showing us that we have sharp bearish momentum and that we're most likely going to be expiring in the money. So let's see how this pans out. We have 10 seconds left. The chart is continuing to go bearish. We're back in the money. We have another 8 seconds left before expiry, and we're most likely going to end up being in the money on this trade again. So let's see what happens. Yes, we have expired in the money. Yet another net return that's positive. Now let's see what the chart is saying. 100% low put option probability. We're going to go back to USD CHF low, another $25 investment to go short again, and calculated expiry says 42.50. We're good there. So another trade in the making that's already on the market, and we're going to switch back and forth between Saturn Pro and the terminal just to see how the market's going again. As you can see right now, we've executed 4 trades, 3 of which have been winners. One was a double up to hedge the previous loss. Therefore, we are now fully positive on this little mini portfolio we've been going on with the USD CHF. Currently, the market is stalled. Martin Luther King Day has its effects on all markets, excuse me. So there may be times when there is sharp consolidation on very short time frames where the price hardly moves at all. So if the system detects that the price is moving by mini pips or whatever the equivalent of that is, then we don't really see that movement on the chart. So it's quite likely that this will expire either in the money or will expire on the money, which means we will not net anything. So that's exactly what's happened. We're now looking at 100% low put option probability going for yet another short trade on the US dollar Swiss franc, $25 buying in, and we did in fact expire in the money on that trade since the market reversed in our favor just in time. So we now have 5 trades and 4 winners, and we're short again on the US dollar Swiss franc according to ITM Saturn Pro's 100% low put option probability signal right there. So wait for the chart to expire in one direction or the other. Fluctuations are normal. We have another 35 seconds left in this particular trade. The market is still fluctuating at that little support level, but continuing in its bearish momentum as shown by ITM Saturn Pro. We're currently on our 6th trade and are in the money on our 6th trade. We have executed 6 trades so far, of which 1 has been a loss, 5 have been winners, and of those 5, 1 has been a double up of our investment of $50, netting us an $85 return, hedging out the previous loss and giving us profit. So we are now fully in profit on this short time frame. We now have another trade coming up, expiring in the money. There we go. US dollar Swiss franc, 6th trade expires in the money right here live on screen, using ITM Saturn Pro signals. We're going to see if we have more opportunities. We have another 100% low probability, high probability option. Yep, showing up here. So we're just going to execute that. Excuse me for the little blab. Real-time videos can be a bit annoying like that. You tend to have to trade and record at the same time, hence the bits and bobs here and there. If you see me going in and out of the recording, that's because I'm trying to do both things in one go. So we have yet another US dollar Swiss franc option that is executed and on the market. We don't know if it's going to be expiring in the money yet. We have mixed probabilities because the market is saying that short-term M1 time frame has gone bullish, so it's quite likely that this particular trade might expire out of the money. So let's see what happens. We are still waiting for expiry. 10 seconds left to that particular trade. This is our 7th trade in this time frame, and it looks like this will be expiring as a loss. So we're going to retaliate by possibly going double up on this strategy again on a 2-step double up to make sure that we can try and hedge ourselves out. So this is expired out of the money. Quickly going to US dollar Swiss franc, and we still have a bit of resistance up there, but M5 probabilities are bearish, strong bearish. So we're going to go low and go for a $25 trade again, just to see if the M1 dominates and turns M5 into bullish as well. So we're not going martingale yet. We have another $25 trade. This is our 8th trade, I believe. that's currently in execution. This is a lower probability trade than the other trades since we have 50% M1 bearish, M1 bullish, and 50% M5 bearish. We're on our 8th trade, 6 winners, 1 loss, and 1 trade currently in execution with 30 seconds left. See a bit of support there at the 0.91002 level. M5 probabilities are still very bearish, so it's quite likely that this trade will expire in our favor as well. So again, we're waiting. We have 18 seconds left. It looks like this is going to expire comfortably in the money for us as well. Just going over to the trade history, you can see the results so far. Starting at 11:38, we have 42.50, 0, 85, 42.50, 25, 42.50, one that's just closed at 0, a $25 investment, and one that's just closed 42.50 on the last $25 investment. So that's 8 trades, 6 winners, 1 loss, and 1 hedged winner. So we are very nicely positive on this particular trade. Going into US dollar Japanese yen now. We have, US dollar JPY, where are you? There we go. We're going to go short on this particular pair as well, $25 investment. Go check the chart again, make sure everything's lined up to be fully bearish. We have 100% low put option probability, both M1 and M5 time frames in our favor. So we're going to go ahead and execute a low option trade very soon. Looking at the bearish momentum there, we're going to go ahead and do that now. So $25 invested into a short trade. We already had a 42.50. There was a bit of a clip mix here while I was changing over from pair to pair. We had one trade that had already expired in the money at 42.50. And we now have 100% low put option probability on this particular trade as well. That is currently in execution. We're going to wait for this to expire and switch over to the screen shortly to see how much time we have left. We have 30 seconds remaining to this trade. That is still fluctuating, so we're going to wait for the end result. And the end result will most likely be in the money as well, since the bearish momentum probabilities are very, very strong. So 20 seconds, roughly 18 seconds left in the trade. We're currently short on a low option $25 investment. See if this expires in our favor. Currently flatlining here, which means that if this stays on that flat line, we will retrieve our investment and not be at a loss or a profit. But given the probabilities, it looks like we're going to be expiring on the flat line, means we haven't done anything. So $25 again, we're going to go short again on this pair. Utilizing Saturn Pro's probability of 100% M1 and M5 and see where this takes us. We have weak bearish 1 hour momentum, strong bearish momentum on the shorter time frames of M1 and M5, so our likelihood of expiry is going to be in the money again here. It looks like the platform detected a small pip difference in our favor. That last trade, which I said was flatlining, has actually expired in the money for us, so that is a $25 return on that particular trade as well. So we're now on another trade on the US dollar Japanese yen. We have 20 seconds left to expiry, and looks like bearish momentum is picking up again, so it's likely that we'll be expiring in the money on this trade. US